Hello YouTube fam, how y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Man, see, people make it seem like this country is doing fantastic. The country is on the verge of going bankrupt. It's on the verge of collapsing. It's on the verge of an economic upheaval, man. What's happening is everybody is basically pulling the rug out from under the United States now. Everybody that helped fund, help do things for this country, they're pulling the rug out. They done. They're like, fuck this country. They're looking at it like, this is what's happening, man. We sent all the jobs overseas, man, and the companies are complaining that their bottom lines don't look good. If you knew by sending your stuff overseas, and these people were not going to buy your product, it would have made sense to leave your product here, considering a lot of your employees will buy your product. Closing down car manufacturing plants, closing down retail stores, man. Those Amazon Fresh, man, those went away real quick. Dude, it didn't even take long for those just to disappear. They're talking about closing some of the Whole Foods. They're talking about closing a few Aldis. A lot of stuff now are in areas where they're not doing good. And I'm not talking about just one color, man. It's a lot of areas around the United States that are not doing good. And stuff is being phased out. Jobs are being phased out. You got countries turning, not countries, cities turning into deserts, man. Suburbs, starting to look like, shit. Like it's from a third world country, man. Things are changing here. The thing is, the money, it's all stuck up at the top. All the millionaires and billionaires got all the money, but there's nothing trickling down to us. And this is why we got to keep our jobs, even if we don't want to keep them. They got a law in Florida where you can't leave the job and go somewhere else for like 2 or 3 years. They didn't even put it up for debate. They just passed it through. So basically, you're a slave to that damn job. Even if the job is not paying you enough and you can go somewhere to find better, they're making sure they cut your knees out from under you. Now, in order to actually get a better job, you got to leave that damn state damn near. It's just what it is. Non-compete, yeah. But, sometimes they have geographical limits. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, man. Used to be whereas you like, well, I'm not really doing good here. Me and my family going to relocate over here. But just over there is expensive as hell too. So where are you going? Life is just changing in this country, man. Everybody's struggling and everybody's mad. Like I said, you got kids that can't read. You got a damn valedictorian that couldn't read. He memorized the speech. Somebody read him the speech and he memorized it. Couldn't read. Tell me, how does this work? They got them passing tests, but they can't read or write. Can't even tell time. You can't even tie your shoes. What are we doing? Hell, these smartphones really effed it up for a lot of people. Why? Because people just abbreviate everything. And now it's just like sentence structure. What? What is all of this? Punctuation. Bro, it's real right now. We're dealing with some shit we haven't dealt with before. This situation right now is unprecedented. Gas is high as hell. It's creeping back up. They're trying to take away the owner-operator from, truck scene, whereas now all of a sudden it would just be company trucks. And what they're trying to do with the company trucks is basically make them AI ran. If you ever seen one now, they got the like robot looking thing on the front of them. Dude, it's crazy as hell.